You're watching It's Just Music on Roku Signature Series.
Built my mausoleum like a coliseum. Haters talking shit, but that don't see 'em. All I know is wouldn't wanna be 'em. Looking for your bitch, she in my DM.
Yeah, Ninth Wonder Music, SicKKo ENT, plays on the beat, by the way. Let's give a shout out to the struggle. Yeah, I wanna give a shout out to the struggle. I realize now that you only made me stronger, and you taught me how to hustle. You taught me how to live this life alone, and I don't need nobody else. They could only bring me down, so I'ma get this to the struggle. Thank God for the struggle, yeah. Deception always had a way of finding me. Perfection is someone I wasn't privileged to meet, accepting the fact that I may never live my dream.
What up, y'all? LB Sickning, making another video for my sickos. Got my homegirl here with me.
Brooklyn in the house, you feel me? 216, you heard me?
Cleveland in the house, huh?
Yes, sir.
So what kind of music you listen to?
I listen to rap, mainly drill, you feel me? FPG Duck, my homie.
Right.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to Duck, man.
R.I.P.
That was pretty tragic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's out there shopping for his kids and shit, and just he gets pulled up on. That shit was...
That was crazy. I seen the whole video and everything. I was like, man, there ain't no way. I didn't believe it at first, I ain't gonna lie. I did not believe it until I was like, man, there go the video. And I was like, I gotta believe it now, but I'm supposed to go see Mans in concert, you feel me?
That's it, man. R.I.P. to Duck. Check this out, though. Today we're gonna check out my homie right here, Kung Fu Vampire. Kung Fu Vampire has 25.7 thousand subscribers on his YouTube account. He's got quite a following, you know what I'm saying? I reached out to him and asked him if I could do the show. He told me yeah, so here we are. I don't know, let's check out his first song. This is 9 months old, 9.3 thousand views. Kung Fu Vampire featuring X-Rated, My Turn, official music video.
They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He breaks me, then chase me, I walk it up. And don't sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my time.
What the world don't know, this is higher elevation, this is a revelation. These are the colors that you be facing. This is every dollar and everybody you chasing. This is for the misconceptions. This is for the love that you lost and you ain't impressive. This is for the manager that didn't have the stamina, tried to damage your reputation and ruin your mandala amongst friends. This is for the anger I'm harboring. They said I couldn't be a legend, now I'm starving them. I'm half full, ain't no arguing. I'm shaking the industry down in a Lexus, I'm parking sins on the side of the road where you cut your fins and got thirsty and started hating all of my wins. Trying to work me to feel bad as you grin. Not my enemy, this a repeated Kennedy. Distance has got me mentally prepared for the hatred. Red pillow wear in the matrix, sucking the life out of everyone, you're an aphid. Stay in the basement, I'm getting a run for my patience. An agent awake in containment at 50%, I stay fuego. And now I'm in the movies, with their opinions they try to improve me. I'm constantly running from Lucy's, but y'all can fuck off.
They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He breaks me, then chase me, I walk it up. And don't sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my time. They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He breaks me, then chase me, I walk it up. And don't sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my time.
X-rated, getting tired of the slanders and the rumors. Fuck all these clowns in the hubris. I'm a hater, Terminator, Sky, that is my set, and I ain't never been scared of a computer. They're gonna deny you 3 times, St. Peter. Would you rather be crucified or be Judas? Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Brutus momentarily upset us, but they'll never run Brutus. I went to Mars to have a conversation with Plato. He told me to beat the allegory of the king Plato. You easily influence, your brain is like Plato. I'm Cassius Clay when he started worshiping Judas. I could have your people singing hymns with tulips. Wanted to be a rapper, ended up having to be Buddha. We chasing money, we'll never let it elude us. But I ain't above giving one of y'all a halo. Over all that slander, they ask the cop questions and really want answers. Speculating on my name with ignorant banter. Culture vultures with opinions is worse than cancers. Africans claiming gangs that only one on disaster. You're an imposter, posted by the implanters. Talk behind my back, but see me, you become Cancer, damn. But they got a lot of shit to say when they alone with the camera. Damn.
They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He burns me, then chase me, I walk it up. And don't sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my talk. They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He burns me, then chase me, I walk it up. Sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my time. They hate me and gossip and talk that talk. He brings me, then chase me, I walk it up. And don't sit back and watch my life fly by. Now it's my time. Now it's my time.
That was tough. That was tough.
What do you give it 1 to 10?
I give it like I give it an 8.5, 9. It was tough. I like it.
Yeah.
I really do. That actually went hard. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And he don't even look like he would spit something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even look like the type of spit.
Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. That's Kung Fu Vampire being himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you haven't even seen his character yet.
Okay? I'm about to know it's gonna be something good. Oh Lord.
Look at this, Kung Fu. I'm getting you a new fan, man.
Yeah. For sure.
It's been a while since you released anything, you know, a little bit less than a year. You did the video My Time with X-Rated, and then you did the Tearing Up Your City with Dirtbag Dan. So what do you got in the works right now, man?
Yeah. So last week we released a clean version of the album Come Dawn. And we mainly did that because a lot of people were saying how much they'd love to play the album, you know, in their shop, in front of the kids, clean hip hop. You know what I mean? You're driving on a long road trip. You got the kids in the car. You could play Kung Fu Vampire now. So there's a clean version of that available. If you guys are interested, you can check it out.
Mm-hmm.
We have been hibernating and preparing for a huge bust out. The first thing that is dropping in 2020 out of the 3 projects I got coming up is called Double Dragon. This project has been super exciting. We announced it about 10 months ago, and it's complete and ready for launch this year. I can't give you the exact date yet. It's going to be a surprise. We've got some great features on there. We've got amazing production. I mean, there's some heavy hitters on the production side of things. Yeah, this is exciting. It's really exciting because I've never done a group project or a collab project before ever my entire career. And so this album Double Dragon with Buckshot will be the first time ever. And I couldn't be more happy or proud. It's super fun. What we're doing is different.
Okay.
Looking forward to that collaboration with Mars, man.
What's that?
Looking forward to a collaboration with Mars, man.
Yeah, we might do a collab EP sometime. We've talked about it in the past, but yeah, this Buckshot one's the first one I've ever done. So it just kind of came naturally. You know what I mean? It was like we talked about it. He had been so easy to work with, and he has a lot of great attributes. He's just such a good guy, so we decided to do that. And I think I'm going to do it with a few other artists as well.
Okay. So
that's the next thing dropping, and that is coming out in 2020.
Awesome. So sometime before the end of the year, you can get that for the stocking stuffer.
Oh yeah.
Get the edited for the kids.
I don't know if we'll do edited. We should. If we were smart, we would do an edited version because it does have a lot of swearing. And then, but Come Dawn has the edited version, and they can get that for now, not on CD, but digital, you know? But yeah, with the Double Dragon project, we have some like huge package deals that are going to be like nothing you've ever seen. I mean, talk about bringing the 80s and the video games back. We're doing something very special.
I seen you doing the retro vibe over there on your YouTube and with some of your videos off of Come Dawn. So you're saying you were working with Buckshot. I'd seen an interview from years ago where you said you wanted to work with Rob Zombie. Now I wasn't sure, but did you ever end up getting to work with Rob Zombie?
I haven't. No, I haven't met him or anything yet. I do have ties to him through my friend Darren, who's the director of the Saw series, and a few other people. But you know, he's not an easy one to get
Definitely.
strapped down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's not an easy man to contact.
Mm-mm. Let's be honest. It's all about numbers. It doesn't matter how amazing Kung Fu Vampire is or isn't. It's about numbers.
For
You know,
sure.
if I hit up Rob Zombie and had a video that had 500 million views, I'm pretty sure he'd pick up the call. You know?
Mhm.
I mean, there's people that have been talking about doing collabs with me that are big artists, but they haven't happened yet because of the numbers. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate that people operate that way, but it is the nature, and it's important to accept the nature of things. You know what I mean? And work harder. And that's my thing. I don't get down about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. So, you know, I know you've been grinding since like 91, 92. You've been, you know, out there working.
No, 2001. 2001.
2001? Really? You haven't been making
I don't
music?
know why it says that online. That I would be way too young for that. It's 2001, we started this thing, and I started very young. So
Okay.
14 years old, I started rapping. Put the first record out as a teenager.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I never seen you until like, I don't know, 2014-ish, something like that.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
didn't actually get out and about into the world until about 09, 2010. So I did a small tour with Mars and Project Born in 2009 that just touched down in Arizona, Salt Lake, Washington, California, Nevada, and then in late 09. And then in summer 09, I did a few shows with Isham. But then 2010, I banged out a 52-date tour with Twisted, came right back in 11 and did 3 more tours, came back in 12 and did 2, 13. Now I'm 17 tours deep since 2010. I've just done, 2 or 3 a year, probably 2 on average a year since then.
okay.
And a little less than 2, right? Because I've done about 18 tours from Twisted to ICP to a ton of my own headlining tours and Locksmith, Recognize, done some runs, one kind of small section of Tech Nine's big 100 city tour. So we really didn't, I started this thing in 2001, but we really didn't start this thing till 2010. We were kind of for about 8 or 9 years kind of brewing and doing shows in California, and I was building the big band and, released a couple albums, but it wasn't until the big touring happened that things ramped up,
Yeah. What was your favorite tour out of all those that you were on? Which one you say you had the most fun on?
So they've all got different qualities, right? So like I would say the Slaughterhouse tour with Twisted, because that was our first big tour, and they kind of stood up for us when they wanted us on tour. They didn't know who we were. They saw my video. My very first video hit, and people started liking it and posting it on Juggalo related sites before I knew what Juggalos really were. And they saw it, and right away they latched on. What's that?
Accepted you early on, man.
Yeah, they latched on. Someone posted on Fago Lovers. Twisted saw the video and said, "We want these guys." Psychopathic said, "Nah, we want to put so-and-so." And they're like, "Nope, we're bringing Kung Fu Vampire. We don't care."
The name I've worked with. Shout out to Frank Nitty, man. Check out the song Homage. Shit's dope. LB Sickning and Homage.
Nice. Project Born?
Hmm.
Yeah,
dope,
good dude.
man. Very humble
So
man.
I would say that tour, because it went from, being too different for hip hop shows, being too EDM, too rap for rock shows, not ever fitting in, being like kind of ahead of our time. We were never really accepted. So to get on a tour where, that was Twisted's peak, right? So since then, it's nothing like that. There was 2,000 people a night, 3,000 people. Every night was 1,000 people. Huge.
Yeah, Twisted.
And we were a support act on that tour for them with our boys Potluck. And that was the biggest tour, the most excitement, the most dopamine, the most serotonin, because it's like, here we are with this great thing that we've been kind of honing and nobody's really seen it on a global scale. And then boom, we get a opportunity to get out with somebody like them. So shout out to Twisted. I love them for that, for having faith and being about the art. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I think when you fuck with Kung Fu, you're fucking with someone that's about the art, you know?
Mhm.
So that was probably my favorite tour, being that it was the first big one. The ICP tour in 2013 was very cool because the Fago Armageddon every night, you know, although it was messy, I did it quite a few times, maybe 5 or 6 times. And that was wild.
That's always fun.
But truthfully, man, I haven't been touring with other people. I've been doing headlining tours and co-headlining tours for years now. Haven't gone out with anybody. And I like that the best. It's different, you know?
Well, yeah, it's probably always better when you're doing your own thing, so to speak, when you're the one that's, you know, got the show going out every night. You're the headliner, you're the closing act. I had seen that you had like this crazy like Yoda painting in your studio. Can you tell me a story about how you got that? There's a crazy Yoda painting. It's either painting or a picture. I was just wondering if there was like a story behind that.
That's my drummer, Paxton's. I don't know where he got that. I know he got it for free though, so that's pretty dope.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely dope.
Yeah, that's in our studio in Oakland. He's the owner of the studio, but he's my engineer and my drummer, and he produced 1986 and Madonna, and then he's produced tracks on our up and coming album that is coming out after Double Dragon.
You remember Peabody's in Cleveland, Ohio?
Yeah, that show was interesting because it was picked up after only 2 weeks notice when we were with Potluck. Whoever promoter, you know, picked it up pretty short notice, which was cool.
What was that guy's name? Bundy, I do believe. Shout out to Bundy.
Yeah, that was nice of him to do that because, you know, it's a bigger risk when you only got 2 weeks or something to promote something. So he picked it up for us, and that was great, you know?
Yeah, I got to open for you that night, man. It was quite an experience. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we had the upstairs, kind of a crazy upstairs with graffiti everywhere. I think I faintly remember it just being kind of gritty.
This anymore? They knocked it down. Everybody moved to the Agora.
Yeah, and I've only played there since, which is nice. It's a nice spot. It's bigger, you know.
That's pretty cool.
Let me show you one of my favorite ones. Let me find this real quick.
I like that nutty. Go crazy.
Kung Fu Vampire featuring Dirtbag Dan, Tearing Up Yo City. Official music video. 9 months old, 12,000 plays.
That right there.
That's a 10.
I give that, not a 10. I give that a 15. That was hard. But it's giving me, you feel me, like Suicide Boy vibes, and I really like that. Like that I like that.
Right, this is the Gina music that I myself enjoy the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. This shit is different. It's not meant for everybody. I'm glad you're liking it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kung Fu Vampire is definitely a talented individual. I mean, look at these plays, yo. And he's underground. You ain't never even heard of him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, Kung Fu Vampire, you got yourself a new fan because I really like your music. You go hard.
So I know you've said before you're like big into Japanese culture and everything. You think Japanese culture is amazing. Japanese culture is amazing. Do you like anime? Is there any particular anime that you've been watching?
You know, it's funny you say it's crazy you brought that up. I almost knew that was coming. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I'm not into anime, but my daughter, who just turned 9, is a absolute fanatic. So I'm seeing anime all the time now. I let her watch anime. She loves Japanese style anime, and she changed my Zoom profile pic to an anime character. I had to switch it back.
That's funny. Do you know what her favorite anime? What's she into right now?
Like something X something and Todoroki. I really don't know.
Hunter x Hunter and My Hero. My Hero.
Yeah, she likes that, and there's about 4 of them that I notice she's watching a lot. So it's pretty cool. I like that she's into it. You know what I mean?
Word. So if you weren't doing music today, where do you think you'd be? What do you think you'd be doing?
Good question.
You know, I would definitely probably be hustling, unfortunately. just the way things are, man, I'd probably be doing something illegal. On the legal side, I'm finding that I'm very into architectural design, landscape design, interior design. I love that kind of shit. Like if you see my room right now, like it's pretty tight. And I did it myself. It's nothing fancy. It's on a budget, but I like design.
But you designed it. It's your style. So that's why
I designed my whole house, inside and out. Every room, everything I've done from scratch, and take a lot of pride in it. And I'm constantly trying to improve. And it's something that I love doing. So there's no pressure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you feel is the best song that you've ever released, and why? Like, what was your favorite of everything you've done?
Well, I'm going to go with, there would probably be 2 or 3 that were pretty equal. I can't really pin it down to one.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself listening to 1986, Madonna, Baddies, and maybe Trapped in Hell. Maybe a close tie between those 3, and Duality, maybe those 4 or 5 would be the ones that I like. Trapped in Hell touches people. The video came out great. The feature is great. It's mixed well. The beat's good.
Mm-hmm.
Duality, I find a lot of people connect with that. And then on the new album, it's just better. Like working with Paxton, who's been in my band over 10 years to produce the tracks. We just came up with something that hits exactly where I want it to with 86 and Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I would say Fire, man. That song Fire with Locksmith and UBI from SicKKo. Those are the top songs to me. I find myself listening to Madonna because it hits me in a way where, it's not necessarily a heartfelt song, but it just sounds good.
Yeah, you like the way it is from start to finish.
Yeah, it's sonic, it's funny, it's lyrical, it's very well mixed. You know what I mean? 1986, probably a close tie because it's fun. I actually have a remix of that coming out with 2 Bay Area heavyweights featured on it, and we're going to be shooting the video here soon. It's been long overdue, but it's never too late. Only my fans have heard the album, so putting out a video, it's just going to expand the fan base and excite the existing fans.
Okay. So what really got you into music in the beginning? All the way back in the day, what really got you into it?
Yeah, so there's kind of 2. It's a 2-part intro to my career. Both have kind of a funny, cool story. The first being, I was always into rap, into hip hop, NWA, Busta Rhymes and stuff as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like rock as well, Slayer, Metallica, whatever. 9 Inch Nails was like my big thing. Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson.
Definitely.
And there was 2 kids, man. They were in 8th grade. They were maybe 7th and 8th grade. They were rapping on the schoolyard, and people would circle around them. And I didn't rap at the time. I played drums and I played bass guitar in the school band.
Okay.
But I was always getting kind of yelled at from day one by band teachers because I would play hip hop beats on the drums. They want me to play boom, crack, boom, boom, crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't.
Play boom, tap, tap, boom, tap, 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 boom, tap. I would just add to, and they'd be like, no, I can't do that. So I was always like, it was burning inside me to do my own thing. I just didn't know it. And I saw these dudes. It was one black kid and a white kid, man. I'll never forget it. They were a duo. They would rap. Everybody would circle them. And I circled around once or twice and was like, these guys suck. They're not dope. You know what I mean? And I just straight up wasn't a rapper or anything at the time. I didn't rap. And I just thought they sucked. I was just like, they suck. I could rap better. I don't even rap. And I was unimpressed. And that was a little bit of a kind of, I don't want to say negative inspiration, but it was a little fire under me, right? I was like, wow, those fools can do it. They're not good. They weren't terrible, but they definitely they were drawing a huge crowd around them on the schoolyard. You feel me? And then summer before my freshman year, I met some guys who had a little sampling keyboard. It was such an old ass keyboard. They got it at a garage sale or something. And they were sampling, and I said, I came over and I started rapping to their beats, and they were starting to write raps. And when we were making beats late night, you know what I'm saying? I was an athlete at the time, so I was tired. I'd go over there, we'd get stoned and make beats right before a freshman year and during freshman year. And we would do that till my eyes were bleeding. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And about a few months into the school year of my freshman year, I basically kept getting yelled at by this school teacher in music class. And I actually threw the drumsticks at her face in front of class and told her to fuck off. And I walked out of class and she said, "You're never coming back." I said, "Cool, I'm starting my own group."
Yeah.
Fuck you. And I got suspended for about 5 days and had to go to some type of meetings and stuff to talk about it. My parents kind of had my back because the music teacher was a bitch. She was a notorious bitch, like just a bitch. You know what I mean? Just not happy. And so they kind of had my back. And then we started this rap group, and then it kind of morphed into Kung Fu Vampire, and it was a rap from there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of always dabbled in the instrumentation and was making beats. Started making a lot of beats. I made a lot of my earlier beats, and then the last 8 years I'm just rapping only, and handling the business. Yep. Just singing, rapping, handling the business, merchandise, etc.
So I know you probably did quite a bit of interviews, but what do you think is the weirdest or funniest question that you've ever been asked in an interview?
I don't know if you've heard of the roast and review guys. They kind of set me up disrespectfully. I've only been disrespected once. Huh?
They do that. Fuck the roast and review. I'll say that on my show right now. That's the way I feel, though.
Yeah. So what they did was disrespectful for one reason, is that I couldn't see them, but they could see me.
Right.
Okay.
You feel me? And I'm an easy target, bro. I have 4-inch high hair, crazy glasses on. But the one of the guys was showing me love. He was like, "Yo, your music is fucking fire, period." He was showing mad love. The other dude was talking shit. But had I been able to see dude that was talking shit, the whole interview would have went the other way. Like, he's a corny ass clown. You know what I mean? He looks like a goofball. He got zits on his face, red hair. He don't got no body. I would choke this fool out. You know what I'm saying? Like, both these guys, like, how dare you talk like that to me on an interview you asked me to be on? I'm a respectful guy, and you're just cutting me off and being weird because you could see me, I can't see you. Had I seen him, I would have roasted the shit out of him. You know what I mean? Grown ass man.
It's just because he's got a little following and shit. His ego is.
Yeah, like if I see them in person, he ain't gonna act the same. There's no way. And I'm only 5'5", but I will literally choke the fuck out of 90% of people walking on this planet, and he would not talk like that to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even mad. It was just weird. Like, at least let me see you. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me in an interview and I can't see you. That's just cheating. That's cheating. If I could see you, I'd roast the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? But I didn't know what I was even looking at. You feel me? So they were just asking me weird, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely were good at what they do. I've done so many interviews. I can't remember the weirdest question. I think people have asked me, like, "Oh, if you were a cartoon character, which other cartoon character would you want to have sex with?" Things like that. I'm just like, I don't think about stuff like that, man. I don't know. But yeah, I've done too many interviews to remember. I just remember that was the only interview where I was like, "Yo, I thought you guys came off like you were fans of my music, and you're disrespecting me on your show, and I can't even see you." I thought that was weird.
That's nuts.
Blaze Hunter Ninth Wonder, man. Check out Blaze Hunter Ninth Wonder's music review show because it's a lot better than roast and review. I promise you that.
Okay, make sure when we're done with this, you send me a text, please, because I would love to see,
Dork Squad too. Dork Squad in the house. Shout out Chris.
Nice. That's good, man. It's all about unity, bro. I don't like, we live in a world where there's no time for negativity, and I put music into my everything I do since I was 14 years old, bro. So to bring me on a interview and talk like that, like, if they did it in person, I'd have more respect for them. I'd say, "Hey, that's cool. You want the smoke." But when I can't see you, you know what I mean? If I can't see you.
Check this one out. Kung Fu Vampire featuring Futuristic, Trapped in Hell. a nice Tech 9 cameo.
That right there, that was some heat.
Yeah, man, I really like the message behind your music, man.
Yeah.
You know, the suicidal thoughts, that's something a lot of people deal with every day, including myself. Depression is a bitch, man. I'm happy to see you do a song that can help people out of that kind of shit, you know?
Sure. Yeah, that was tough. That going on my playlist.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this one with Lex the Hex Master, because, you know, Lex the Hex is dope. Lex, yo, if you see this, man, I'd like to do a show on you, man. Hit me up. Yeah, the vampire feel to that is great.
I like the video. The video was tough. I really enjoyed that.
Right, like I said, you know what I'm saying?
I like it's catchy.
I'd really like to do a show on Lex, because Lex is dope. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, bro, if you see this shit.
Lex.
I just need the yes. That's all I need,
Lex.
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Better say yeah.
So back in the day, you had your vampire look a lot more than you do now. You know what I'm saying? Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason you like backed off of your vampire look?
So a lot of people don't know this. That was an extremely short-lived look, and almost nobody knows that. Nobody. Very short-lived. I've been doing this since 2001. I mean, we're talking 19 years. And from 01 till 08, I did do the bald thing after a while, but no paint, right? I was doing like a bald thing with suits and my goatee, contacts, right? Before everybody, before Twisted, before Hobson, I was doing contacts, period. It's not even debatable. I have the receipt from 1998 where I bought the contacts. Like, it's just not debatable. But I kind of got it from, what you got there? You got
it, bro.
Whiteouts?
No, they're red, but I don't know how you do it. That hurt so bad.
I don't do it. I hate it. I hate it. It's not good for your eyes, bro. It's not worth the risk. I had been doing kind of this look where I had bangs. Okay, a lot of people don't know I had long white dyed bangs with black slick back hair, and I had the pointy rings and the Asian outfits. I did that look for quite a while, from like beginning to like 08. Then in like 08, I started painting and doing the emperor gown, and I only did it from like 08, maybe 07 to like 2010, 2011.
Those teeth, yeah.
Those are good ones, man.
Yeah, I just don't have the shit to keep them glued in.
Yes. Oh, those are dope. Yeah. So
I know the vampire shit. I do it once in a while, and it's just music, man. There's only a couple of us.
Right. 07 to 2010. When I went on that tour with Twisted, and I came out from around that curtain in Buffalo, New York, and there was 1,700 people, and 1,500 of them had their faces painted, I was like, whoa, this is fucking fire. But by the time I was done with that tour, I was like, yo, that's their thing. I didn't know there was a genre of people that did that thing. I had no idea. No idea. Right. I knew who ICP was. Everybody knows that, but I didn't know the culture behind it, nothing. So to find out there's a whole culture painted, I dipped away from that. So I had been rocking the bald head another year with no paint.
That means you're not a copycat.
Yeah, I just didn't want to do their thing. I wanted them to do their thing. And then when we got pregnant with my daughter, I let my hair grow, and I started rocking that slick back look that I rocked from 2011 till 16, 17, when I started letting it just fro up like this. And then since 17, I've just been rocking this, the high hair. And this is just, it does its own thing. It doesn't get more natural. This is just how my hair is. You know what I mean? So it was such a short-lived thing, but it stuck in people's brains so strong. You know what I mean? It's like getting in a car accident. You never forget that car accident. And it's like with that face paint, people remember that look heavily. And I basically stopped because it was way too much work. I'd rather focus on the music. I'd rather sign autographs and hang with the people who paid to get into the concert. And I'm not trying to put cheap-ass shit in my eyes. I'm not trying to cover up my looks. I want to give people the raw, real me, and this is the raw, real me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. I know you've collabed with a lot of musicians.
A lot of the review shows, oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say, I know you've collabed with a lot of musicians, Kung Fu. Who would you like to collaborate with next?
Have you heard of the group Suburban?
It's like 2 words. It's separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I'm really feeling them. I would like to do something with 21 Pilots.
Okay.
I would like to do something with Run the Jewels. Tech asked me to be on. Tech's been trying to get me on something for a decade and hasn't done it. I'd really like us to finally fucking do it. We've been friends for 10 years or plus. We've been friends more than 10 years.
Make that happen. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm a huge technician.
Yeah. E40, who's my idol. I would love to do a song with E40. G-Eazy would be amazing. I'm a huge Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, female, like ratchet ass hip hop fan. So like getting a song with them or Rico Nasty, Mulatto, any of them would be really cool. But for me, you know, the Suburban 21 Pilots, Run the Jewels lane would be really cool.
Okay. Yeah, that would definitely be dope. That would be, I mean, something to check out. If you could have your fans remember one thing about you, you know, forever, what would it be?
Basically that I haven't cut any corners. I took the longest, hardest, most respectable route possible to get to where I'm at. I have had opportunities to be a snake, do things to get ahead, and I've declined at every corner, you know, over the years. And I would hope they would respect the fact that I've turned down deals from most of the underground labels. Let's just say most. So if there's 5 or 6, 4 of them have offered me labels, and I haven't taken them for one reason or another. No disrespect to them. And then I've had about 3 or 4 major label offers, and I've turned those down as well. So I would hope people would just remember me as the guy who wanted to give the best possible music from the bottom of just zero boss, zero business involved. Just here's something that you can feel forever, you know. And I feel like Come Dawn nailed that, and I want to take it even further. And I want to just keep elevating, you know what I mean? Not get stuck in any kind of business situation that hinders the creativity.
Definitely. Yeah, because sometimes some of those labels, they try to dictate what you do, or they'll tell you, hey, you can't put this out here, take this music and bring this back. And you know, they're taking cuts of your money and stuff like that.
I'll go get a job at Google, man. Google's down the street. You know what I'm saying? I'll go make real money if I'm gonna have a boss. I'll get that salmon, that lobster for lunch for free. Make them 6 figures if I'm gonna have a boss. That's why I'm doing music, no boss, right? After this interview, guess what I have to do? Nothing. I don't got to do anything. Or I could walk downstairs and drop some of these collab verses I owe people. Or I could go lay on the couch and watch Forensic Files and get high as fuck. I could call some girls over. That freedom is the most important, biggest thing in the world, man. You know? Definitely.
You know, by the way, I know a lot of these I do for free for, you know what I'm saying, bigger artists. But hey, if you're an up-and-coming artist and you want to be on It's Just Music, you want to be on the Roku channel, I got a deal going on where you can make it on the Spotify playlist, the SoundCloud playlist, a YouTube playlist, all kind of stuff. Get your music out there, man. Be on Blaze It Up Radio, all kind of stuff. Here's the flyer. Check it out. Kung Fu Vampire. Jeez, I can't even fucking talk. I had the privilege to open for him at the Agora in Cleveland, Ohio one time. It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hey.
Him and Potluck, and there was a bunch of people. I forget what tour it was. A long time ago.
Well, I guess if you had one message that you could give to your fans, what would it be? What would you want to let your fans know out there?
Just to, you know, like in regards to my music, you know, like just to spread it every way they can. I need all the help I can, despite what it may look like. You know, we're not in a position where we have other artists or labels or anybody helping us. In fact, at times I feel like those labels purposely try to leave us off shit or out of shit because they're hating, because they're not making money off of us. So just push it, spread it, show people, follow us on Spotify. That's the biggest thing. Go to the Kung Fu Vampire Spotify, hit follow, add us to your playlists. You know what I mean? That's the wave. That's what's important right now. You know what I mean? Same thing with the YouTube. We just need more interaction and engagement and people really spreading it through word of mouth and whatever else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's really tough right now with COVID and everything. I'm sure that's affected, you know, your touring and affected your business also. Probably affected, you know, a lot of things. How have you been dealing with all that? You know, how's that been? You know, tell me how that's been treating you with COVID and everything out there in California.
Yeah, we had the 2 tours canceled, so we had a June, July tour. And then this fall coming up, both tours obviously canceled. Luckily, we didn't announce either, so that wasn't that bad. There was a lot of work done on the first, you know, on the first run, the June tour. There was a lot of, all the booking was done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not touring, so it's about just doing collabs, selling merch, but I don't push my merch like that. I don't like to constantly push stuff. So if people hit the website and buy some merch, that helps, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just doing collabs, man, stocks, financial stuff. I got other little hustles, you know, it's all music related, you know what I mean? But if it wasn't for Spotify and the streams, that keeps us floating. The shirts, buying merch, you know, that's what keeps us floating.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, definitely. You sure you don't have any more questions,
Got on the
LB?
Spotify game.
He said he just got on the Spotify game.
I mean, just put it out of the interview. I'll take this part out of the interview, but how much for a feature, bro?
Oh, just hit me up. We'll talk business, and I'm doing them like daily right now. And if people get a feature with me that's different, is that I'll help people get the best graphic guy at a good price for the single, and then I'll actually promote the single on my social media. A good example of what getting me on a song can do is my good friend Clockwork from Gorilla Voltage. He recently got me on a song called Hell Froze, and it's got, you know, 7 times the plays on streams on Spotify as any of his other songs, and it came out after because I helped push it. I'm on it. So getting me on it is revenue for the person buying the feature for life. You know what I mean? So I like to guide the people who get features from me. Hey, hit up this guy or this guy for graphics, run it back. Let's make sure it sounds good. Okay, I'll do a post or 2 on my social media for you and help boost and give you that initial boost to get the song going. You know what I mean?
Sure.
As opposed to me just saying, here, I'm selling you a verse, have a nice day. You know?
I'll leave all that in because, I mean, I'm sure a lot of upcoming MCs would like to know that about you, you know?
Yeah, I try to let them know because I get inquiries every day. At least I would say on average about 20 to 30 a month. People saying, hey, how much for a verse? And, you know, a large percentage of them get them, but more people just shop around, you know, looking for verses. And that's one thing that is different, is that I will help make sure that it comes out right, at least a little bit of guidance, you know? Why not?
27 years later, soul searching, trying to find the real me. Went down the road for the time being, came out a new me, started chasing my dreams. Next thing you know, you started seeing me on TV. Hollywood in the hood, shout out to Player T. LB SicKKo ENT, that's the team. I've been at it ever since I was a teen. Dropped out of school at the age of 17. Middle finger to those who doubted me. All the hatred never bothered me. If anything, it motivated me to do better. Started chasing paper, gotta stack the cheddar. Hitting licks ain't the way I wanna live my music. I be doing it for my kids. Yeah, I do it for my kids. Yeah. We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. 1986, I was born to a queen. Never had a dad, he was always quick to leave. Chasing high instead of spending time with me. Track marks down his arm and we sleeping in a tent. He spent the money on his dope so we couldn't pay the rent. Cash spent ever since my mother got us out the gutter. If I ever see that man, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Where your balls at, little boy? I grew to be a man. Why you never grew up? I guess I call you Peter Pan. I look my child in the eyes, I can never leave the side. Real father specified, dead beats go reside. We never played, cause you didn't see my first day. You never even met my child, how you look yourself in the face. I hope you die alone on your deathbed. Doesn't equal the amount of my tears shed. Little boy, yeah, I've grown, then I've learned from your mistakes. You did the best you could for me, your junkie ass just stayed away. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I am here for my child.
They're in need.
I walk a mile.
Chris will bleed.
He's a coward.
Anger breeds.
And I'm sour. We grew up without a father.
We don't need him.
Made a promise to myself,
I'll never be him.
I
am here for my child, they're in need. I walk a mile, Chris will bleed. He's a coward, anger breeds, and I'm sour. We grew up without a father, we don't need him. Made a promise to myself, I'll never be him. I am here for my child, they're in need. I walk a mile, Chris will bleed. He's a coward, anger breeds, and I'm sour. We grew up without a father, we don't need him. Made a promise to myself, I'll never be him. I am here for my child, they're in need. I walk a mile, Chris will bleed. He's a coward, anger breeds, and I'm sour.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of Blaze Hunter's Top 10 Music Video Countdown Show. We live, we here. Welcome to the Dope Bar. I am your host, Blaze Hunter, like one, and you already know I am here with none other than Gavin. We chillin', we live, we getting ready to get into this countdown. What? What you mean? In that number 8. I thought we said we weren't gonna do this. We straight, right? Right?
He's so